All right, I'll let everybody get in. I'm going to work on a landscape today of a girl in a field of flowers using alcohol ink, or at least that's the attempt. I got some happy mail from Shauna. Hi, Wendy. So I'll let everybody get in. I've used graphite tracing paper to put my sketch on the Yupo. It's 8x8. I'm going to put it on a wooden panel and resin it when I'm finished. I'm going to wait till I have all 6 done before I resin them. I went ahead and put a Krylon seal on the last piece from last weekend just to keep it safe and seal it. All I did was like crystal clear. So, hey Shauna, hi Joycey. So I got happy mail from Shauna. I got the 2 pieces that I purchased under art auction, but she also sent me some stickles, which I don't have any stickles, so you can never go wrong with a little glitter. I don't know where they're going to live yet, but right now they'll just have to live over here. And I got the bee on the map paper that I ordered. So it's a card, but I'm just going to fold it back in the mat and put it in a 5x7 frame and hang them in my studio. It's going to go with my other bee piece and then a dragonfly. This one I think I'm going to use as a gift, so I'll keep it as a card. And then she sent some scrapbook papers, some vintage magazine. I think this was about, this looks like a jelly print. I think this was about just making it stiff, just sort of to protect the, so I'll put that up in the paper stash. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Linda. So again, if you just came in, what I've done is this is a piece of 8x8 Yupo paper. And I took graphite tracing paper and just kind of drew in my image from my photograph, my inspiration. It's a girl sitting in a field of flowers. So I'm going to start with it upside down. She is covered in masking fluid, liquid frisket. This is a new bottle, so hopefully all good for coming off and everything. Hi, Joan. Hi, Christy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in. There's going to be trees in here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to come in with some of the touch markers. I'm going to add some blue. And then I'm going to come up to a cobalt. And then I'm going to go. There's not a lot of difference between the cobalt and the Prussian blue. So I'm going to go back to the lighter blue again. And fill in. Okay. I'm going to take just rubbing alcohol. And make sure my brush is clean. It looks like it has some green in it. I'm going to let some drips of alcohol come across that. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm not worried about it going across her. Okay. This is a white pinata. This is Yupo. It's sort of got a plasticity to it. All right, and I'm moving the paint with the rubbing alcohol. Okay. And this is Denim by Tim Holtz. Okay, I'm going to add some. White is definitely different. I'm just adding some white back in. Okay, I don't like the denims too lavender. feel like it needs some of the darker blue in here. So what I'm going to do is take some of the Prussian blue marker. I'm going to put it on my mat. And I'm going to add some rubbing alcohol to it so I can get some liquid that's dark. It's funny, there's even some pinks coming out. Okay. All right, so I it's kind of moody in the back, which I don't mind. Okay, I'm gonna cap that white. Okay. I'm gonna take a different brush. All right, so I'm just gonna take some plain alcohol and blot in here because I want to lift some of this. Where the trees are going to be. I'm even getting some greens in there. It'll just give me a softer area to work with. For the trees. And I'm gonna put some blue back right in here. All right, so then I'm gonna switch to the greens. And And I have 3 colors of green. Mostly I'm going to use a yellow green and a deep green olive, and I have a little bit of a forest green. And I also have some peeled paint. And I think this is lettuce. Again, I don't care about really going over her because she's covered in masking fluid. Yeah, wasn't it? It's someone I know on Facebook posted the photo, and it was so pretty. And I'm going to come in with some lighter. A little bit of the darker again. This has a dauber. Okay, this time I'm gonna put some drips of lettuce. Across. And streams of and then I'm gonna needs to be all right. I want darker down around her. So it gives me some trees. All right, I'm gonna put the markers back on that. This is too blue-green. I looked online and they have the blues. I wish they had a green set of these. Like I got this skin tone set because what I'm gonna have to do is just sort of make my own color dark enough. So I'm gonna put some black over here. And I'm gonna put some of that green from the Ranger and a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And blend. I need some grass movement. I'm gonna kind of move up from the bottom up. And I'm gonna dry it here in a minute and add with the marker. Actually, I may be able to add some with the fine tip marker. That was hard to get off. I'm gonna come in with the green on top of that black. and a dark brown. There's a dark brown. And we get some illusion of some trees here in the background in a minute. Okay, and then I used, when I did the other trees, I just used a tapping motion. And built the leaves up. I'm looking for my palette. Oh, it's got a piece of paper on top of it. And I just left some of the light. All I'm doing is just tapping. Just get that kind of that feel of trees in the background. It's a little brighter green. This is where the field of flowers are going to be in a minute. I'm going to put some of that black in here. Because I'm trying to make it kind of darker. Shadow-like. What I'm doing is taking some of the alcohol and getting back to some of the light. I could. You mean like put a creek kind of behind her, Joycey? Like maybe right in here. With like a blue. And then add in some of that other blue. And you definitely want some. If I get that cleared out of there. There we go. Then I can get some blue in there. Like there's a lake behind her. Okay, and then we want to put some. Giving the viewers what? Yeah, it's going to be flowers in a minute. I'm just trying to get in some of the. She's sitting in a field of flowers. Okay, so now what I need is some alcohol drops in some places. Trying to get the greens out in different sizes. So I think this is, oh, it's got blue. It's got alcohol in it, but there's a little tint to blue, which I don't really care. Okay, I need, it's got too much blue. All right, I need more alcohol in here. So I'm just putting some alcohol in a mini mister so I can get a fine spray. I don't care that there's a little blue in it. I'm getting what I want. Okay. All right, I'm going to attempt to start getting no wonder that didn't spray right. Let's try that again. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Dottie. Yeah, yeah. Let's try the red. All right, now I'm going to try the orange color, the marigold. And I'm just putting some of the ink in the palette with a little rubbing alcohol so I can get it on my brush. Okay. I'll pull out some reds. Look, I've got too much red in here. So I'm going to pull some back in areas. Add some black just to get a darker red. I'm going to put some green back in here too. This is not too much. Okay. So, like I said, it's just an abstract. It's not supposed to be, I mean, it is realistic, but it's not realistic. Move that aside and clean up some of my mess here. Put my lid on the green. I just have rubbing alcohol on the paper towel just to clean up. Let's see if I let a couple. This is like a yellow. Just trying to get some color variation. Hi, Mark. This is some orange. All right. Like I said, I just want to get some a little bit of a come back with some of the yellow again. Okay, it's very stained glass like when you look up close. Hi, Gail. All right, let me get rid of the bulk of that. Wish I had a really dark red. Okay. I'm going to put blue back in here. It's a dot that I don't like. Okay. Okay. Just some pure alcohol. Just sort of straighten out some of that. Thank you, Judy. All right, I'll put the markers up for right now. Because what I need to do, and this is my first time using masking fluid on Yupo, and the first time I'm using this masking fluid, so we shall see. I had, oh, right in front of me. So I'm going to attempt to lift. Oh, yes. It's coming off like perfect. You can just pull it off almost in one piece. Little bit of bleed through maybe in a few places. But I'm not really worried about that. Okay. So I'm going to use the markers, or attempt to use the markers. So I have yellow ochre. And then I think I want touches of the dark brown. I'm going to put her hat in. Okay. Then I'm going to, all right, I'm going to use a little square piece of Yupo just to sort of check out some other colors I might want to use. I don't want to. Try to create some movement in the hat a little bit. I'm going to come back with the ochre and kind of blend that. So I have a line that's darker, but not really. Okay, I'll do a little bit now. Right in here. Okay, and I think I also want to try to, I'm going to put some more texture in the hat maybe. Like weave, like it's woven. But I'm going to minimize that here in just a second. Some clean alcohol just to kind of maybe bring it back a little. Okay, so So I think that's good. All right. See you later, CB. Okay, so let's give her I'm just putting in some of the skin tone right in here. All right, and I'm going to add a little darker. There's some legs showing down in there. This is the skin tone set that I'm using. I have not used them for skin tone before, so. Your graphite does kind of move. I'm having a hard time getting a soft blend. So I'm just adding some regular alcohol. Okay, and I'm going to go with the brown for the hair. Now I'm going to look at my photograph. Well, yeah, I could have done so. I could have gone back in and added some graphite. I'm glad the graphite is kind of lifting in some ways. Okay. A little. All right. I think I'm going to use some of the fine tip. A fine tip pen for some of this. It's too pink. Having the wrong, tough time finding just the right color to emphasize. Okay, and she's got a flower in front of her face. So you're not really going to see her lips. These markers. Wish I had not lost my eyes in there. And she's looking down, actually. She's not really looking. I'm gonna soften that. So it is easy to correct. It is forgiving. Just using a damp brush with rubbing alcohol to kind of soften and blend. So I kind of have her eyes in. We'll soften that one. I'm going to go in and then I need like little. Sorry, I'm focused on the nose. Here we go. Just try to lighten. Back up. Okay, it's just some shadowing sort of to imply a nose. I'm wondering if I can't. I needed a finer point, so I went and got the pit marker. So it's just going to have to be what it is. So it's just a all right, let's put her clothes. Now she had on a turquoise and a floral skirt. I'm not even going to attempt to do that. I'm thinking a denim colored skirt. It's got these big ruffly sleeves. I'm not sure I'm even going to mess with the leg that's there. Actually, I don't think it is a leg. I think it is the skirt just pulled up. It just looked differently in the black and white photo. Okay, so we'll let that first layer dry, kind of evaporate. Let's come in with the darker use some of the alcohol to move and create some of the fabric movement. I think I'm going to get some of that denim ink. I'm just trying to move some of the ink around to get some of the light and the dark. All right, and I think we need to get some of the green up. She's sitting in that. I'm just scratching through some of the dry. I think that makes that natural. going to come in with some of the light. It's supposed to be a sky blue. Okay. Now, let's get rid of those. And I'm thinking I'm going to give her a yellow. She shouldn't wear yellow. I take that back. What color shirt? Should we give her? My instinct says yellow, but then I know yellow doesn't look good on fleshy skin tone. Purple. I'm going to go yellow. I'm going to go with what my gut tells me. That is not bright enough yellow. Probably going to put some corally red in there. I'll put yellow first. Try not to touch the edges too much yet. All right, let's go in with an orange or a vermilion. Yellow, green. All right. I'll get some clean alcohol because I have some pretty yellow inks. So I'm just going to put some alcohol in here. Lemonade is what I'm thinking. I'm pulling it back right now. Okay. And I'm going to get some yellows. To use. That's what I want, is a bright yellow. Coming back with some flesh tone. I picked up the yellow now. I want to soften that. Okay. I'll let that kind of dry. Okay, I'm gonna go with a kind of a marigold color. Try to kind of create some of the shadows. On the ruffle. All right, let me put that green stem kind of back in. It got lost. I think I'm kind of done. As I put a little more blue in there. Okay. I think need to step away. The face was the hardest part. The nose, which is like a nemesis anyways. I just was trying. I didn't know if I could. There's a couple things I wanted to try out today. Was the goal. Is to one, would the graphite work on the U-boat? Yes, it does, but it lifts very easily. So it might be something that you would need to kind of put back in, or maybe cover the figure in stages, and not have solid U-boat. Okay, this is dirty rubbing alcohol, but I'm just going to add it in to my pinks. It'll evaporate and then the pigment will still be there. So her face is still a little tortured up close. In my opinion, it needs some. It just needs some cleaning up. But one of the things that you gotta, like if you're cleaning up, you gotta clean your markers. It's that probably helps a little. Hi, Azur. So we have to remember I'm seeing closer up. So I'm seeing sort of shadowy areas. That could be cleaned up. That's kind of give her some collarbone in there. and sort of soften it. That kind of helped too. Okay. But I am, for the most part, satisfied. I think I achieved my goal. We now know that you can use the graphite on the UPO, that the masking fluid lifted like a dream. I need to put my signature in there somewhere. And I wanted it to be, I mean, it's not supposed to be super realistic in the sense that I want you to know what it is, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just sign my name down here. A wooden panel. After I have it adhered, I'll trim it and then I'll resin. And I think I'll leave the sides natural on this one too. Oh, the buffering, sorry. It's done that. It did that to me at Colleen quite a bit last night. Those can sit. So that is it for me today. Here's the bag that we did last time. Now that it's covered with the soft touch varnish, it just feels like suede, sort of. So I don't know what I'll work on next in the alcohol stuff. But I'm just enjoying seeing kind of what you can do with it. What about the testing bags? I don't know what you're talking about, Shauna. Oh, the other, okay, the other two? These two? Okay, so when I put the clear spray or whatever I used, I can't remember what it was. I think I used a coat of this. The ink disappeared. The permanent ink right off. So I added, it was real sticky. So I added some gold flecks to it. And then I put the soft touch on this too, so that it wouldn't be sticky. And then when I put the spray on this one, the silver kind of went pink. It kind of bled a little bit onto the silver. But I like it. To me, it looks like an abstract floral. And it's got the soft touch varnish on it too. So, but one thing I do think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to put the alcohol ink on the metal. For this one, there's a little bit on this tip, and I think I may put some of the purple on that metal just to make it look pretty and see. You know, if you can cover it completely. I think it'll blend better. So like this is just one of the markers. And it's covering just fine. You got to get it from different angles to get it completely covered. So I'm just trying to, get the different parts of the zipper. I could probably take a brush and get in some of those places too. So I don't know if you can see on screen on camera. It's probably not going to show up. So we'll think of something else to do with the alcohol inks or watercolor. I have a project. I know what I have that we can try to do I have a sketch that I was going to do something with. We could do this in alcohol ink, possibly, or watercolor. I had it for watercolor. It was like a buoy. It won't fit on this though. It won't fit on the 8x8 canvas. So I could do it in watercolor. I also have a couple kids that I wanted to try to kind of watercolor. So I might do a little watercolor with that. I don't know if I'm going to stream next Saturday or not. I think I have someplace I have to be Saturday, but I'm not positive yet if it's Saturday or Sunday. It's a crawfish boil. But I could stream earlier maybe before we go, or I could Sunday, because I'm off Monday anyways. So it's more yellow in a couple of those places. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to a crawfish boil, but I don't know the details yet because the person who invited me didn't tell me if it was Saturday or Sunday. But when I know, and you know what else we need to do? I need to use this on a stream because I bought it and I have never used it. Night, Joan. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to go get something to eat. And I will see you later. Yes, I love this stencil. I just have not used it. Thanks, Norma. Okay, you're going to start. I'm going to go get something to eat, and then I'll be over there in a little bit. It's time for a Dr. Pepper. So, all right. You're starting at 5:45. So in 20 minutes, Shauna? About 20 minutes at Shauna's house. Okay. Well, I'm going to go have an evil Dr. Pepper and something to eat. I'll see y'all at Shauna's. Thanks for hanging out.